Everyone. My name is Miri Barak from the Technion Israel Institute of Technology, and I'm going to talk about the design components of an online course in research of ethics for science and engineering students. So courses on responsible conduct of research or ethics of research has become a fundamental part of STEM graduate students' education worldwide, students from the sciences and engineering disciplines. On-campus courses that are given face-to-face in the classroom on ethics of research were found to be successful in involving graduate students in sharing ethical dilemmas and discussing possible solutions for that are relevant to their lab work. However, it is yet uncertain whether the same positive results can be associated with courses delivered online from distance. And this is an important question now due to the pandemic and the world closure. So this was interesting to investigate. So online courses in research ethics are considered cost-effective since they can accommodate many learners at the same time. You provide students with video lectures and learning modules that involve text and hypertext and ask the students to study and then do a final examination. So they are based on individual learning and machine-graded exams, but their educational value is still controversial. So our research goal was to identify the design components that may foster ethical practices according to science and engineering graduate students' expectations and views regarding ethics education that is delivered online. Our research questions were, what are the expectations of novice researchers, which are actually graduate students, regarding online ethics education? What are their views about online ethics education after completing a conventional online course? And what are the instructional design components of an online ethics course that may foster ethical practices? The participants were graduate students pursuing master's and doctoral degrees in science and engineering research tracks. 54% were males, 46% were females with mean age of 28. 46% conduct research in science labs, physics, chemistry, biology, and 54% conduct research in engineering labs such as mechanical engineering, civil engineering, chemical engineering, and electrical engineering. The study applied the mixed methods embedded approach, where quantitative and qualitative data were collected and analyzed simultaneously at 2 points in time among the same population. We had the enrollees, graduate students who just enrolled in the university, and completers, the same group of students a year later after they completed a conventional online course on ethics of research. We had two tools for data collection. We used a survey, the same survey that was given before and after the course. The first version was examine students' expectations, and the second was the students' views about online ethics education. It included 13 items on a 5-point Likert type scale, grouped into 3 subscales: ethics education, online course, and distance learning. The survey's internal consistency, calculated through Cronbach alpha, was 0.89. And the second tool was semi-structured interviews that were conducted before and after the online ethics course, about 30 minutes for each participant. So looking at the findings, we can see here a bar graph that focuses on the items specifically targeted at participants' expectations, which are the blue bar graphs, or views of the course completers, which are the orange bar graphs. And the items were ethics education helps identifying and solving ethical problems. Ethical education helps avoid inappropriate behavior in research, promotes understanding of ethical issues, help researchers conduct better science, raise awareness of responsible research. And what we can see is that expectations regarding ethics education were overall met by the conventional online course. It even exceeded the participants' expectations with regards to promoting understanding of ethical issues with statistical significance. When looking at items that belong to the online ethics course category, we can see items such as online ethics course provides support from teaching staff and peers, presents fair assessment of the learning outcomes, present interesting and challenging ethical cases, and presents attractive and engaging contents. So what we can see here is that the conventional online course presented attractive and engaging contents more than even expected with statistical significance, but it did not provide the expected support from the teaching staff and peers. A very important point to notice. Regarding distance learning, the items where distance learning strengthens confidence regarding learning abilities, distance learning promotes self-regulated learning and responsibility, allows flexibility in learning pace, allows flexibility in time and place of learning. Here we can see that the conventional online course exceeded expectations regarding flexibility in one's own learning pace, which is a very good advantage of online learning, but participants' confidence about their online learning abilities and self-regulated learning, the ability to self-regulate their learning, remained relatively low. We also found that participants' views about the online course and distance learning abilities carry a significant effect for ethical education. That is, that ethical education, meaning the promotion of ethical knowledge, awareness, and practices, is dependent on the online course, the way it is constructed, delivered, the way it is organized, the contents are organized, and also depended on the distance learning abilities of students with, of course, statistical significance. When looking at examples of participants' interview assertions on ways to promote ethics education, we have the following examples. One of the students, master's degree students in electrical engineering, stated, "It is important to adjust the course materials to the student's research discipline. My study involves the use of microwaves, so the contents should be relevant to this." Another student, doctoral students in chemistry, stated, "Students should have the opportunity to interact with peers who conduct similar research. They can learn from each other, contribute ideas, and share the research experience." A student, master's students in medical science, stated, "In many cases, ethical dilemmas are not black or white, wrong or right. Learning more about such cases can provide tools for better decision making." So overall, we found three emerging categories, which are actually instructional methods: collaborative learning, case-based learning, and contextual learning. And what is unique in our understanding is that the course, the online course that we need to redesign, actually has to integrate these three methods in a way that it's going to be seamless and that connects to one and each other. So not only case-based learning and not only collaborative learning or contextual learning, it has to be connected. To summarize our study, The conventional content-based online ethics education can promote ethical knowledge and understanding, but it lacks the required support from teachers and peers and the capacity to support students' distance learning skills. The generation of a new instructional model should provide students with personalized supports and adaptive guidance, provide students with tools that will help them build their confidence and abilities in learning from distance, and engage students in learning activities that will narrow the gap between ethical knowledge, awareness, and actual practice in the laboratory. These points are addressed in the C3 instructional framework, which includes an integration of collaborative, case-based, and contextual learning, which is in the process of implementation and evaluation. And due to the short time of this lecture, I cannot go into details, but we have already written and published 2 articles about this research and about the C3 instructional framework. So if this is interesting to you, I would be more than happy to send our articles. So thank you for your attention, and thank you for your time, and hope we will meet next year in face-to-face. Bye.